Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the video. Today we're going to get started on the Mezco 112 Wonder Woman, their modern take on it. Now I know we've seen the classic version, which it looks like a lot like the Linda Carter one, and now we've finally gotten our modern one. And yeah, I'm excited because I took the photos for the proto of it, and it was really dope, and I was looking forward to it. And now I'm taking photos of it now as a final product. So I'm actually excited to try out some new stuff because my style has actually evolved over the time that it took for it to do a proto to release, especially due to COVID. But yeah, I can't front. Like, it's actually exciting to see a project like go from beginning to end. And I know this is not really a part of the review, but I want to talk about it a little bit because it's a very crazy process as you see it. Being a part of something like that from its middle beginning stages towards the final thing, with you saw it only in the beginning and you see the final product. It's crazy. It's a crazy experience to see, really, because you know how much work goes into it. Trust me, it's not as easy as it looks. So if you're watching this and you're always asking yourself like, oh man, why the toy guys pose it like that, let me just say it is not as easy as it looks, and give those guys just a little bit more credit than you're giving them, please. But yeah, let's talk about the toy. This Wonder Woman actually looks utterly fantastic. I think the best thing about her is probably going to be her head sculpt. I think that was one thing that they got really well done. I'm trying to get a nice zoom in. There we go. Of that stoic Wonder Woman face. I think it was done really, really well. Like this up here, the hair back flowing, the stoic look. I think it's really nice. Now when we chalk that up to what's going on with the rest of the body, this is going to be where a lot of people are going to be divided, because you have to go, am I happy with the single jointed look? Am I going to be happy with that whole single jointed knee thing? I know some people are not excited about that, and I get it, because they want double joints. This one does not have double joints. The legs are a little bit better, so you don't have to worry about that breakage issue like you were getting with Catwoman. The arms are done a lot more. They feel stronger. Everything about this plastics feels stronger. But if you don't like single joints, this immediately is not going to be something for you. So I get it. But yeah, let's talk about it. Our articulation wise, we can go left and go right with the hair this way. We can look down just a slight bit, and looking up is not really a thing that's going to happen. So that's just not going to happen with this head sculpt. Our arms can hit the T-pose, no problem. We can rotate around because there is no bicep swivel. And our forearms do hit that 90-degree angle, and they rotate down and up. Mines are a little tight, but we do have a nice circular joint that rotates around. It's going to seem stiff right now, but if I pop off the hand, which like I said, you feel that it's in there, it really is. We do have a joint that does rotate around. It's pretty tight though. So at least she'll be able to hold her weapon. So I'm okay with it being pretty tight on there. She can actually rotate the arms down. She can get a little bit of the side to side thing going on, but it's going to be tough. So I do wish it was double jointed, but we just don't get things like that. At least not yet. So hopefully that's something that's going to change in the future, especially because this was produced a while ago. We can rotate left and right, but unfortunately, because of this armor here being very restrictive, there is no forward backwards ab crunch at all. No tilting side to side. You will just get left and right swivel. As far as the legs go, if we just gently move this part of the skirt up. Now, here's the thing. I'm not sure if my skirt is wrapped very tightly, but we can actually get pretty far forward. And the leg has a new knee joint that allows you for that deep cut, but it is going to be single jointed. We can rotate with thigh swivel. And if going outward, this is about as far out as you'll go. Now, trying to get poses. Oh, ankle pivot. Oh, we actually have super generous ankle pivot on this Wonder Woman. Not even going to try to say hand front. You get forwards, backwards, left to right. You get it. Now, here's the thing, right? This Wonder Woman looks beautiful. Posing is not going to be the best thing. And that is because, again, with single joints, it's going to limit some people's posing. Now me, I'm going to find a way to make it look good. So I'm going to try extra hard. But that's what I do with everything. I try to just make it look good. Certain things is just like you can or you can't. It's that simple, right? So here's Wonder Woman in just a quick pose. And I really like it. I mean, I get it. You won't be able to do crazy soul crushing blows or martial arts with it, but she will be able to hold her axe properly, her spear, and things like that. But the thing about this Wonder Woman that I think I like the most is visually, she's stunning because she actually has. Oh, wait. Can you rotate that? Is that a thing? Wait. No. It feels that way, but that's not true. I thought for a second I would be able to rotate at the lower calf, but that's not it. But yeah, sorry. But yeah. What's cool about it is she just looks utterly fantastic. So she'll look really good. And then with weapon poses, depending on how you're going to pose her, that's really going to be the thing, right? Now, I'm going to show off these accessories. Now, this is where it gets really, really good. I'm going to take this head off. Now, Wonder Woman actually comes with some little bit of add-on armor, which is pretty dope, covering certain parts of her upper body. So, to protect her neck, she has this choker. Let's actually zoom in. And it's gold. We're actually going to pop that on as we do it across. And if you feel like it's getting trapped up there, just push down right over. So we have the choker, and we have two shoulder gauntlets, not arm, because they cover the bicep and over the shoulder. You get two of these. I dropped one by accident, but yeah. Now, these are really cool. Now, the thing about it is, though, if you feel like you're having trouble with these, there's soft plastic right here that allows you to just go over the arm. You can heat them back up and warp them back in place so you don't have to feel like, oh my God, they're going to break. Nah, you can just put those right back on. Now, I'm going to pop them on so we can visually see what they're like, and then pop her head back on. And as you can see, Wonder Woman now has this really nice look. Let me zoom out a little bit. There we go. This armor adds a really, really nice look to her. And that's what I was saying. She's utterly gorgeous in terms of looks, but you just won't have the posing that you want, which at first seems like a bummer until you sit down and actually play with it. It's actually really fun, but everybody's going to have their preferences. Now, we do have an alternate sculpt. A more grit teeth look. The hair actually flows back a little further as well too. It sits on top of the head. And it doesn't have that loose strand, so you won't have that with this one. This is a really nice alternate sculpt. Next up, you will get bullet ricochets, which is really dope. You can add those to her gauntlet. You'll get 3 of these. I'm actually going to take out one so you can see it. And these stick to her gauntlets because they're magnetized. And I believe they only are magnetized on the outside. Yes, only the outside is magnetized, not the inner part of the gauntlet. So I just be careful like me, otherwise it goes flying like you just saw. And these have soft plastic, so you don't have to worry about it crazy warping or hurting yourself, things like that. So, or you can do like this and put it inside one of another. Double impact. There we go. Focus is all out of whack, so excuse me. But yeah, it's fun so far. Oh, I forgot all about this though. So when we get to the weapons, you will have a place for, let's zoom out just a bit. This side would be for her stored version of her lasso. Let's actually take this off. I don't want everything falling everywhere. You get a stored version of her lasso, which you can actually just store right there. And here, you can actually have a placement for her sword. The sword actually looks really dope. Let's stand you straight up, sorry. I don't know why I got you posed like that, but here we are looking with her sword. And again, they've made it so that just like classic Wonder Woman, you could fit it right there through. It's kind of like having a old school sheath. You will get a spear with a short tip. It has a nice arrowhead on it though. Everything's reflecting off the gold like Wonder Woman's costume. And you'll get a shorthand battle axe. You also get an unwrapped version of the lasso that is metal wired, so you can just make it malleable. I'm not going to unfold it now because I want to save it for the photos. I haven't done the lasso photos yet. You'll also get a shield. So you scream, Wonder Woman! You know, all that good jazz. And it actually has a placement for the shield holding. This is where you loop the arm through. And before I get into the hands, let's talk about the fact that she does come with a beautiful cloak. The cloak is wired as well too. And it's more like an asymmetrical cloak as opposed to one of those double-sided cloaks. So it actually sits a little bit better on one side than the other. Like I said, it is wired. So if you want to make it look like it's flowing in the wind, you can. Let's do that right now. Like I said, it is a beautiful looking Wonder Woman. So again, it's one of those things where my aesthetic is articulation, but I can't front on how good this looks. But I'm gonna make the best of it, make it look good for some photos. But yeah, let's talk about those hands before we jump into the next segment. We have some weapon holding hands, whether it be the sword, the spear, or the axe. You can even hold the shield with this hand, but since it's on a slight curve, I do recommend the other set of hands. Now, if you want to show what it looks like with the axe real quick, even as you pull it up to the actual hilt, looks pretty good. Next up, we do have some relaxed hands. Oop, let me put my hand behind it. There we go. Then you'll have what I call the opposite, well, the other set of weapon holding hands. These will also hold your shield and your lasso. And I also need some coconut oil because I'm noticing that now. So you'll actually get a really nice set of stuff with this Wonder Woman. It's really just a matter of your preference of Wonder Woman, how you want to display her. Do you want your modern Wonder Woman to have a nice cape, lots of weapon accessories? Is it going to be a height thing? Is it going to be an articulation versus aesthetic thing? For instance, I really did love the Revoltech Wonder Woman. I really did, but I thought she should have been bigger instead of being tiny. But, you know, it is what it is. Meanwhile, this one, I actually get a much bigger one, but it does not fit my articulation aesthetic. But that doesn't mean it doesn't look nice. So everybody has a trade-off, trying to find balance in the things that they want, and hopefully you can enjoy. Now, let's jump into the size comparisons. There are actually a lot to get through, and I may even forget some, so I hope you guys enjoy. See you in a second. Alright, now we're going to jump into the size comparison. I think it's only fair that I start Wonder Woman stuff with Wonder Woman. So let's do the classic version of Wonder Woman from Mezco up against our modern take. And we can see the flesh tones are different, the costume is different. There we go. Want to make sure they stand up around the same size. They are pretty much the same size, but they have I think the only thing they share really is going to be the waist armor. And the boots. Oh no, the boots are actually slightly different as well too. So they don't share too much, which is pretty cool. Like even though they share a body mold, they don't share everything completely, which is pretty nice. I thought they actually shared more. Did not see that. Oh, here is the SHF Wonder Woman. I think the only Wonder Woman I don't have is going to be Mafex because I didn't feel like digging. I just have so much stuff. But the SHF and the Mafex actually stand around the same height, in case you want to see it. And besides the movie one, it's going to be, I'm not really going to count that. So here we have Revoltech, Mezco, and SHF. And then we have Mafex standing closely around the same height. Well, if you imagined it, because like I said, it stands around the same height. If you watch any of my other reviews. So let's take these guys out. Put them away. Next up, we're going to mix and match and make a Justice League real quick. So here is Mezco's Green Lantern. Here is Batman. Right? I have my custom, Kit Bash Aquaman. Because I have a custom head on him. Right? And, now that you've seen these two, let's actually move them out the way. Let's give the Aquaman some shine. So you can see how he stacks up with Wonder Woman. And then we'll do a Superman. From Mezco. Let's move these guys out. And I do want to compare the 78 Superman, just in case you want to do these two together, or say it was drawn by, and that was a custom head I wanted to show off, and then he fell, which sucks because I really wanted to showcase the custom head from JS Customs. I'm going to tag him. Well, I'm not going to tag him because he doesn't have a YouTube. But what I am going to do is I'm going to link you to his Instagram because he repainted that head for me. I want to give him some credit He deserves it. He put a lot of work into this, man. He actually custom painted a bunch of stuff for me that I'm going to slowly show off over a little bit. Then we have Mezco Dark Side. All right. Then we have Storm Collectibles Dark Side. As you can see, he can barely even fit in the frame. He's gigantic. Actually, either Dark Side could fit there. But next, we're going to do a Lightning Collection Black Ranger. We're going to do an Articulated Icons Ninja, who had some trouble getting out because he's actually stuck under a ton of other figures. So Ninja's a one-man workout. Black Ranger's around the same size. It's a little bit smaller. His helmet's pretty big. Then we have a G.I. Joe Cobra Infantry. Then we have Storm Collectibles Scorpion. In case you wanted to do DC versus the NetherRealm. Oh, sorry, Mortal Kombat versus DC. Trying to get those titles right. And here's a Marvel Legends Beta Ray Bill, in case you wanted to get funky and cross universes. And last but not least, I do want to compare to some Mythic Legion stuff, because that's actually where I'm drawing a lot of my big Wonder Woman lore stuff from. The mythology of her. So here is my Kit Bash Red Orc, right? Looking pretty big. Here is my Human Barbarian on a 1.0 body, also looking pretty big. But you take these guys away, and then we do stuff like Nubnik, the Goblin. And as you can see, he is considerably smaller. But you can always outnumber them and do whatever it is you're going to do. One other thing I want to add before I end this video is I do want to show you how she looks next to Mythic Legion's horse. It's pretty big. Now, one thing about the horse is her legs being spread for the horse may get a little awkward. So you'll have to do a little bit of maneuvering to make it look good. But I think naturally sitting on it, though, she actually looks pretty good. And this is just at first sit. So you can probably make her look pretty good on a horse. You're going to have to finagle the foot part just a little bit. And that's where it gets a little weird. So just be careful. All in all, I think this Wonder Woman is pretty beautiful. I'm having some trouble doing some crazy articulated poses. But that's me going the extra mile like I always do. And that could be a personal gripe of mine. It's not one of those things that, I do wish articulation could be better. I really do. But it's not in the cards for this Wonder Woman for me. But yeah, if you still like it, go out, try to get it. If you don't, hey, we tried, right? All in all, please, thank you for enjoying. Thank you for watching. And as always, please, be good, do good, drink your water, guys. Later. And bonus content, because I said I would forget something, and I surely did. The most important one I wanted to compare to was her brother Ares from Storm Collectibles as well. Didn't mean to overlook it, but we'll add it in as bonus content as the end. You can see just how big he is compared to her. Thanks for enjoying, guys. Later.